morning, good afternoon, wherever you're from. J-Ro here, host, Big Hair Hits, every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m., AlleghenyMountainRadio.org, and board game review, Feudal. Picked this up for $1 at Goodwill. The game of Siege and Conquest. Didn't know much about it. I was in a hurry, but I was just intrigued by the look of the box, old school, yet the condition is pretty awesome. And so let's see what we got. Here we go. You get a bunch of these plastic pieces, kind of resembles those, toy army men, that kind of stuff. Pretty good detail, shields, swords, whatnot. Essentially, this is an offshoot of chess. I recommend, if you're a chess player and you want something a little different, give it a try. If you don't like chess because it's a little too abstract, this is a little more reality-based, meaning you got, pikemen, kings, castles, all that kind of stuff, right? I just set this up. I haven't played it yet, so I can't really comment on if it's fun or not, but it looks pretty cool. You get these 4 plastic game boards here, and before you set it up, you can spin it any way you want. That's fine. It's like a piece of tape right in the middle, just so that, see, if it moves around a little bit, it moves all together, fine. And I developed some solo rules where I am the dark brown, the AI is the light brown and light blue. I figure it'd be more of a challenge and more fair, I guess you could say, if I'm up against 2 armies instead of just 1, right? And instead of going through all of the ins and outs of the rules, I'll just give a brief, hopefully, description of the rules. To place the AI, it's kind of like Battleship. Like, I use this row here and this row going this way. So I roll 1 12-sided die, because you got 12 spaces, boom. Roll it, boom, and then you roll 2 12-sided dice, and whatever you get, you put it where it adds up, and you place the guy there. Did that with all the AI dudes, the castles. I got 2 castles. I set my dudes up first, obviously, so I wouldn't kind of cheat, right? And what you do here is just a brief summary of the movements of the dudes. The king can go that way, 1 space. Prince, duke, and knights, they're on horses. They can move anywhere on the board, as many spaces as they want, basically. Cool. Sergeants, that's what they can do. Pikemen, squire, and archer. The way you win is you got to kill the king, the prince, and the duke. So you can either do that or capture the castle. Now this is the rule I made up. If the AI is coming down here, if he's here, the AI, instead of just zipping up into the castle and capturing it, he zips up here and his turn ends. That way it'll give me a chance to try to capture him. And if I can't get him, then his next turn he can choose to do that and win the game. Same thing with me going that way. And let's see. Okay, and again, these are rules I made up. Using the 12-sided dice decides which guys move and how far. And let's pretend that this guy landed right here. Any of my dudes that's in a 2-space radius of the AI, my guy dies. So if this guy, let's pretend, landed right there, captures him. Let's pretend he landed right there. 1, 2, capture or capture. You can use dice to resolve who he captures, which is fine. The squares with the little squiggly lines, that's rough terrain, whereas mountains are the solid green. No men can cross the mountains, however, only some can cross rough terrain, and I just drew a little R next to it. It would be the king, sergeants, pikemen, squire, and archer. Archer can shoot 3 spaces in any direction instead of moving, so that's pretty cool. And these are kind of like valleys, so they can travel diagonal in between them, but they can't go right there, okay? And, well, again, this is the setup. Haven't really played it yet, but if you do pick this up and you want to play it, I recommend using 2 mechanical pencils as you're rolling dice, trying to figure out where the computer goes. I use this side to roll first. Let's say I rolled 12, so that would be right here. See, now I take my hand off the pencil. It sits there. Roll again. Oh, let's pretend I rolled an 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if there's a dude sitting there, then I roll again to decide where he goes and that kind of stuff. And again, this is just the setup. I made up some rules. Haven't played yet. But as you can see, it's pretty cool. It is a 4-player game. And you can imagine how chaotic it can get with people going all over the place. But it looks pretty fun. Looking forward to trying it. Let me just scan over the rules in case you do pick this up, you want to play it. Here's some dice resolutions for directions on some of the AI players. Here's the setup. I got to change that 20 die to a 12. But other than that, so far, this is what I'm going to stick with and see what happens. The game is over when you kill the king, the prince, and the duke, or you capture the castle. So that means he only has 3 of my people to kill, or 1 castle. I have 6 of his people to kill, and 2 castles. So that's a little challenging for me. Looks like a lot, but it's not that bad as far as rules. And again, I mean, as long as you have this in front of you when you're playing with your friends or whoever, and then you just got a little note, or remember, okay, the R, this guy can go through rough terrain and nobody can go through mountains. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Looks fun. Again, an alternative to chess. And I don't know, maybe we'll do a part 2 of some gameplay. I don't know, maybe. But that's Feudal. AlleghenyMountainRadio.org. Big Hair Hits every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. See you next time. Same bad time, same bad channel.